Was cracking, was cracking. I was talking to my wife earlier today. Um, Talking to her today with a situation with her mom's, you know what I mean? Brought me to James 3:13. The title of this section is called Two Kinds of Wisdom. Let's read that first. Who is wise and understanding among you? Let him show it by his good life, by deeds done in the humility that comes from wisdom. But if you harbor bitter envy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast about it or deny the truth. Such wisdom does not come down from heaven, but is earthly, unspiritual, of the devil. For where you have envy and selfish ambition, there you find disorder and every evil practice. But the wisdom that comes from heaven is first of all pure, then peace-loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial and sincere. Peacemakers who sow in peace raise a harvest of righteousness. So, like I said, was talking to my wife earlier today about, the situation with her mother. Her mother was sick recently. And so we stayed with her we've been here now for about 3 weeks until she recovered from a surgery she had. And her mother was disappointed that she didn't get the love and the concern from her other two children. One of them showed up, but didn't spend too much time, maybe a couple hours here, and went back on to his life, and the other as well. And in the midst of all this, there was almost maybe a near-death experience. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. Seemed like it at the time. And she was disappointed. The mom was disappointed that, again, there was no concern. There was a lack of concern. And, there's no sense of urgency to say, well, you know what, let me be there for my mama. Like it was with us, me and my wife. So my wife had to tell her, you can't get mad at them because this is what you all taught us. This is what you taught us. You taught us to chase the things of the world, get an education, get a good job, and that equals success in this world. This is what the emphasis was on. So you can't get mad at them because that's what they're doing. They're chasing the things of this world and putting everything else on the back burner. Instead of teaching us the things of God. They were raised, like many, under a falsehood of Christianity. Traditions of man. You just go to church and you just, talk about Jesus. You may even quote a few scriptures here and there, but, your life didn't resemble it. And also there was no emphasis on the teachings of Christ. And so I was talking to her this morning. That's what we're looking at in society, man. If you notice, there's a trend going on where the older people are upset at this younger generation. That I guess they feel like they're straying Everybody's so selfish. I mean, look at social media, man. It's ridiculous. You know, YouTube a part of it, even though I'm using it right now. Um, that everybody, it's all about them. You know, it's all about me. No one goes to check on their grandmother. Nobody ain't got the time, man. Nobody ain't got the time to care about, the elders, and the disrespect you see is just running rampant, and that's what James 3:13 talking about, man. You know, it's two kinds of wisdom, man. I mean, what you're witnessing in society right now is the seeds that they planted are now taking fruit. You know, you are now seeing the tree sprout and bearing fruit, and they don't like the fruit that is that it's bearing. But these are the seeds they planted, man. These are the seeds. The Bible is firm, man. He say, look, man, love not the world, man. But see, this falsehood of Christianity, you can tell it don't teach about Christ, man. They teach about the world. Be successful in the world. You hear it at Christian radio stations, oh, you got a good job and all that, and it says here, but if you harbor bitter envy and selfish ambition in your heart, what's selfish ambition, man? Selfish ambition is everybody going to school and what you want to be in life. That's what you're taught, what you want to be in life. You can change the world. You can be this. You could be anything you want to be. Selfish ambition. Everybody go to work for themselves. And bitter envy. Envy, in Ecclesiastes, it say a man's toil is envy from the next person. So you only work like you do because of you see what somebody else has and you want that too. Perfect example. If it was just me and you on this earth and I had nothing, would you work so hard to try to get that boat? If you see me and you just chilling on the beach on an island, we content. Would you work so hard to get a boat? And even if you did get that boat, it wouldn't be no more fun because it's only you. It's only you. You ain't got nobody to enjoy it with because you're the only one who who gets something out of that. So we grind hard. Like even as kids, we see what that other kid got and we want it too. I can't wait to get a job so I could get those shoes, those type of shoes too, that type of shirt too, so I could have that woman like he got that kind of woman. Ecclesiastes, man's toil is from envy of the next person. And so you watching people, you watching the elders, they raise their kids to be worldly. And so they're chasing the world, chasing their selfish gain. They have that selfish ambition, chasing their things. So when you get sick, you get mad because they don't come back to take care of you. You know what I mean? It said, for such wisdom does not come down from heaven, but it's earthly, it's worldly. You know what I mean? Unspiritual and the devil. For where you have envy and selfish ambition, there you find disorder and every evil practice. Look at the world we live in today, man. That's clue. That's the big key, the winning ticket, that this is the devil's kingdom. All you see is disorder and evil practices. That's all you see here in this place. And you have raised your children that this is their home. Here, get a job, get a good education. And that's what you're watching in society. That is what you're watching unfold. And they be the first ones to cry and complain and be upset at this generation. But the apple don't fall too far from the tree. You know? But the wisdom but imagine if you planted seeds in your children. Imagine if you planted these seeds, the seeds of wisdom that come from heaven. First of all, this pure, peace-loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial and sincere, peacemaker who sow in peace, raise a harvest of righteousness. Imagine if you planted those seeds, what you would be seeing is a generation loving one another, bearing good fruit, impartial, sincere, not selfish, you know. Not that's what and I'm speaking from experience. Y'all see it out here. Look at the world, man. Disorder and every evil practice. So yeah, I just wanted to talk to y'all real quick about that, man. That's what you're seeing unfold in society, man. Nobody ain't got time for nobody, man. Nobody ain't got time to help your neighbor, to love your neighbor as yourself. Because this will happen when you instill the worldly wisdom. You know, that's what's happening. They're watching those seeds sprout and come into trees and bear fruit. And they don't like what they see. That's like looking in the mirror and not liking what you see, but instead of blaming yourself, you want to blame the mirror. You know? You got to blame yourself, man. It starts with self, man. You know, that's why I'm making sure, bro. I'm making sure my kids get homeschooled. And you know what I told somebody, man? They were like, "What you do?" I said, "Man, look, I homeschool my kids, because it's my job to teach them about Christ, man. It's my job to teach them about the Lord, man. That's what they need, and that's what's missing in society, and that will take you a long way, more than $1 would. That's why the Bible says, "Seek ye first the kingdom, and everything else will be added." Everything on this earth belongs to the Lord. But as long as you out here respecting, loving your neighbor as yourself, helping your fellow man, come on, man. People will give you everything. But that's my job, man. My job is to make sure my kids know who God is. And it first starts with me. Because if I ain't living it, how am I going to teach my kid? You know what I mean? That's mostly why you don't see these people teaching their kids the real authenticity of Christ, because they ain't living it themselves. You can only teach your kid what you know. And if you know that, the answer to life is getting a good job and a decent education, well, that's what you're going to teach your kid. Has it worked out for you? I'm looking around. I have yet to meet one person who has a decent education and a decent job, making good money, and have peace of mind. I have not yet met one person. I'm 37. I've been looking. That's what made me turn to God, because everybody was telling me that's the answer. Oh, you just need a good job and a good education. You got to go back to school. But I'm looking at the same people who telling me this, go through it. Like, it got to be a better way. It's in the Bible, man. The answer's in the Bible. So that's what you're watching in society, man. The seeds that they planted are now bearing fruit. They don't like it at all. But instead of blaming themselves, what they do, they blame the kids. Oh, when I was younger, I respected my parents. Oh, when I was younger, that's that pride. You gave them the wisdom of the world. So there it is, man. We're watching the seeds sprout. And trees are starting to bear fruit. It's the seeds they planted. But instead of getting upset at themselves, they get upset at the youth. You know? So amen to that, y'all. Y'all be blessed.